Hello YouTube and welcome to Turmoil in the Toybox. I'm your host Aaron Hauser, and today we'll be reviewing NECA's 7-inch line of figures from the film Predators. We'll start right here with the Predator Hound. This is a very cool figure, lots of articulation, which kind of surprised me. He's got articulation at the neck, the jaw opens and closes. A lot of really cool detail there. The shoulders flex in and out on a very tight ball joint. He's got articulation kind of mid-waist there. And then on the back hips, he's got ball joints as well. And then he also has joints at the elbows, as well as at the ankles, and then here kind of at the upper ankle, and then at the feet. But yeah, it's a very well-designed figure. I like this one because it kind of reminded me of the Terror Dogs the NECA had made from their original Ghostbusters line. But this one is way, way better. It's very cool. And it looks like it could be a bit fragile, but surprisingly enough, it's not. This is actually a very sturdy figure. The individual horn pieces on this, they're slightly flexible, so you don't need to worry about breaking them off. The jaw on this figure, it's not too tight, but it can hold its position fairly well, however you pose it. But it also doesn't feel like it's going to snap off if you try to flex it at all, which is nice. He's got kind of these stringy, hair-like bits that come out of the top of, or the base of his neck. And those are quite flexible, but they also don't feel like they're going to pop off too easy, so... But the paint job on this one's actually very nice. They did a lot of really cool detail for the eyes, as well as the mouth and everything there. So, kind of give you a little spin around to this guy. This guy's fairly cheap. You can still find him on Amazon for about anywhere from 13 to 15 bucks. Definitely one of my favorites of the series, just because, you know, NECA, you don't see a whole lot of these sort of more animalistic creatures from NECA. They normally do very humanoid type characters, so it's cool when they're able to make some of these more classic monsters like this guy. So yeah, that's the Predator Hound for you. Now we'll go into his master here, which is the Tracker Predator. Very, very cool detail on this guy. He's got kind of these tusks. These are fairly fragile. Just throw that out there. Does not come with a whole lot of accessories other than the blade, which gets placed in here. One thing to note about this line of Predators is the blades actually do not hold in to the gauntlets very well. Now what I ended up doing was putting some super glue on the ends and then holding it in place to get the blade to stick in. And that works very well for display, so you don't have to worry about the blade falling out or anything, which is nice. But, yeah, back to the figure. Very, very cool detail on this one. He's got a lot of cool sort of ornamentation on him. He's got kind of these teeth dangling off there. These Predators have a much more subdued plasma caster. They just kind of rotate up and down. I don't think they actually go left and right at all. And honestly, I'm not going to try because this thing feels very fragile right here. But it's actually on a fairly decent joint here, so it doesn't feel like this is going to pop off at all. But as far as articulation goes, he's got some in the neck. His head is on a ball joint. Not a whole lot of rotation here, just because the dreads kind of get in the way. Really cool detail with the armor. And then he's got articulation at the shoulders, flexes in and out, at the elbows, at the wrists, at the torso. He has some rotation, but not a whole lot. This kind of leather binding on him kind of prevents him from flexing a whole lot since it's attached to his upper half there. He's got, let's see, at the hips there, it's supposed to rotate, but this is a very tight figure, so not a whole lot. He also rotates right here, which is kind of stuck. Rotation at the knees. He also has knee joints there. And then on this one, this figure doesn't have any sort of articulation in the ankles, so... But he's a very cool display piece. Works really well with the Predator Hound. Looks very cool together, so... This guy goes for about 17 bucks, from what I've seen. You can still find them at Toys R Us on occasion, but they're readily available on Amazon.com still, so you can find them around. Next we'll do the Falconer. This is my favorite of the new Predators. I just really like the design. It's very streamlined. It's very got that. It's kind of a, I don't know, sort of techno look to him, but it looks very cool. Accessories, just the extended blade here, which I also had to glue in there. He has the same articulation, except for this one has a bit more flexibility in the ankles. There, you can kind of spin it a little more. But the design on this one's very cool. This one actually does not have a plasma caster, because his weapon of choice in the film, if you've seen it, is this, oh, it's kind of this robotic bird thing, but it was kind of a shame that NECA didn't release like a small version of that to come with the Falconer, seeing as how that was kind of his big weapon of choice there. Although he does get some good use out of the blade in a very cool fight scene in the film. I do love what they did with the glove on this hand, though. Very detailed. This is the glove he uses to kind of control the robotic falcon that he has. So, but yeah, I love the mask on this one. Very cool. The dreads look great. The armor looks really cool. But yeah, that's about it on this guy. This guy goes about the same price as the Tracker Predator. So you can find him on Amazon pretty easily as well. Alright, now to everybody's favorite from the new series, the Berserker. He was kind of a cool leader for this new team of Predators that was introduced in the film, and I thought the reveal of the unmasked version of him in the film was very cool, and he's got a very frightening look compared to the classic Predators. So we'll start out with the cloaked version. This is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Honestly, I was not pleased with this figure at all, for a lot of reasons. One, when I received this, it was broken in several portions. This mask was completely broken off. If you look on the normal Berserker, he has this really cool jawbone ornamentation on his mask. This figure was supposed to have it, didn't. Completely gone. So, right out of the box, it was broken in several pieces. The joints on this one feel incredibly fragile. But yeah, I was really disappointed because this is a very cool looking figure, and it could have been so much more. But the fact that they just, I don't know if it was a problem with the factory or what, but it just was a piece of shit right out of the box. So I might try buying another one in the future, just so I can get one with the jawbone portion on it, and one that's kind of a little better put together, but we'll see. Same articulation with all the others, just see-through. So that's about it for this guy. he also had some balance issues just because the joints were so wobbly. So here is the masked version of the Berserker. Give you kind of a spin around here. A lot of really cool detail on this one, which I really liked. Same articulation applies. He's got a rotation in the neck as well. And then his plasma caster is a little bit bigger than the other ones, but it looks pretty cool. Same sort of look with the armor and everything. I really loved kind of the red highlights on the dreads. I thought that looked pretty cool. And then that's about it. As far as accessories goes, he just came with the one version of the wrist blade, I believe, so not a whole lot of accessories for this line, but you know, the Predators are notorious for traveling light and having very select weaponry on them, so it's not like they really needed a whole lot else. So alright, get him to stand up here. Alright, and here is the biggest seller I've seen for this series, which is the unmasked Berserker. And one thing I forgot to mention, each of these Berserkers goes for about 20 bucks from what I've seen on Amazon. This one was a little bit better. I thought the paint application was a lot cleaner than the masked version. Same articulation on the body, but you've got a lot of really cool detail on the face for this one. He's got kind of that sort of exposed muscle look on the head, which is very cool. And the mandibles on this one are just really well done, the paint and everything. But it looks really cool with the red highlights kind of exposed on his head and everything, and the eyes. I don't know if you can really see them as well. You can kind of see them there, but the eyes just look really, really cool. Kind of got that yellow tinge to them. But yeah, overall, this was a fairly good series. I know a lot of people had problems with the figures due to factory errors or problems with the production. I know a lot of people got them out of the package and they just had all sorts of issues with the joints breaking and maybe pieces missing, what have you. But overall, I mean, despite what you hear with the problems, this is a very, very cool line. They're very affordable, and as far as the NECA figure series goes, these are some of the coolest I've seen in a while. I really love the film, and I thought this series did a really good job capturing the details on each of these Predators. And, you know, I really thought it would have been cool if they would have released a few more accessories for these guys, specifically for the Falconer. I thought the maybe one of the little electronic falcons with like a clear stand or something would have been very cool, but we'll see. Maybe they'll release a set or something in the future. I don't know. But yeah, if you have any other questions concerning these figures, just leave them in the comments. I'd be happy to let you know anything you need. And check out some of my other reviews. Thanks for watching.